4:30 in the morning. My alarm goes off. It's dark outside. Everyone else is sleeping. I stand up. Routine, training, and then I sit down on my desk and work on SkyCommerce while everyone else in my class is probably still sleeping. I'm 15 and I'm living a complete other life than every other 15-year-old you know. But that wasn't always the case. 1.5 years ago, I was like everyone else. I had zero idea what I'm going to do in my life. I thought school is the only way. But then a friend of mine got me and said there is a way to invest in crypto, and if you do it now, you will have like $400. By $100 investing, you have $400 in like only a week. So I thought, let's do it. Spoiler, it wasn't that easy. I made wins, I made loss, wins, and then I had my biggest loss trade ever, minus $3,000 in just a few trades. Why? Because I traded emotional, I traded dumb. I sat in my room and I thought, what have I done? That was the moment when I thought, this is going to change everything. I looked out of my window and I saw my dad hopping into his car. Early in the morning, he is already away. And late at night, he's coming back. He's stressed. He's in a system, a prison. And then I thought, I don't want this. Not for me, not for him, not for anyone else in my family. In this moment, I came to a decision. I'm going to disappear. And I'm first coming back when I am the person that I have to be. And that is what this video is about. I'll show you how a normal 15-year-old teenager went from losing $3,000 in trading to standing up every day at 4:30 a.m. and becoming the best that he could. I'm going to show you the same 7 rules that I did to become the best version of myself in 90 days. And if you're ready, not just motivated, really ready, you're going to watch this video till the end, because that right here isn't just a motivation video. This is a plan, exactly 90 days. Before we go into the 7 rules, let me tell you something that no one else is telling you. The reason why you haven't reached your goals in 2025 wasn't because you didn't have luck, because you didn't work hard enough, or because you wasn't motivated. It was because your environment was average. Think about it. What did you say last year? In the beginning of 2025, you're going to the gym, going to work hard, make money maybe. And what happened? January was good, was okay. But then somewhere in March, everything stumbled and you went back to your old habits. Why? Because your environment was still average. It was the same environment like everyone else. You were standing in the same bathroom, everything was the same. Your friends that go to party with you, your family that says a little bit of fun has to be, the social media apps on your phone that have you doom scrolling for hours. That's not a motivational talk, that's real talk. I see it every day in my class, with my classmates. They're good people, definitely, but they live the same life as everyone else there. And they don't even realize it. They complain about school, but don't do anything against it. They talk about dreams, but don't work for them. They see people online making money and they say they were only lucky or they have so much talent. But that's bullshit. Most of my classmates don't even know what I do. They see that I wake up at 4:30 a.m. while they wake up at 9 a.m. They see that I work on my business while they are scrolling TikTok. And here is the truth. You can't be one of 100 or one of 1,000 or one of 10,000 or in the top 1% of the whole population if your environment is still average and if your life is still average. You cannot expect that anything changes if your environment stays the same. Your phone, your room, everything stays the same. That's why you need the immersion phase, a complete extraction out of your life right now. 90 days in which you disappear completely. No half things. I'm talking about real things. And if you're ready, then let's start.
Rule 1, the brutal cut. Cut everything away that distracts you. Winter 2024-2025, I did the same thing, the brutal cut. I cut every distraction away. Parties, don't go there. But don't think that this comes with no consequences. First, you will lose friends for sure. Second, you will lose time with your family, friends, and with that you lose relationships with other people. And biggest thing that really happens to you is just that by cutting everything away, you lose friends. You don't have time to go to parties. You don't have the fun in your life anymore, that you had before you did that. As an example, you don't have social media anymore. You don't go to parties or something in this direction. And that makes you upset for the first time. But then when you start making money, it really gets you and it really makes you happy. First, what do you need to cut away? You need to cut video games, social media, drugs, everything that makes your brain foggy and that distracts you has to be cut away. In the 90-day immersion phase, you shouldn't have any distraction, not one. Every distraction you have is a step back in your 90-day phase. Second, cut people that don't help you get to your goals. First, people that make fun out of everything you do. Second, people that distract you. Third, people that make you do bad things. I know this is the hardest part, but this is also the most important part. And third, things that cost you very much time. Things like social media, Netflix, YouTube rabbit holes. Things where you say, this just cost me a few minutes, or this is just a few minutes, and it really takes like 3 hours. For me it was, I put my phone into gray mode, so that even when I'm on social media, I don't really have the urge to watch more and more and more, because my brain thinks gray is liveless. So I don't want this. I deleted all my social media except for the apps that I really need for my business. Because your phone is either a tool or a toy. And I know what you're thinking. You think, but I need this life-work balance. And that's wrong. You don't need it and you won't need it. Every distraction gets cut away. Because that is what makes you average.
Rule 2. The wake up early in the morning rule. If you control your morning, you're going to control your day. Every morning, my alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. And I'm not hitting snooze or I'm not giving myself 5 more minutes. I'm standing up. Why? Because your morning rules your day. When you are standing up, when your body is ready to stand up, well, let's say like 8, 9 a.m., even 10 a.m., you're giving your body full control over your day. But if you stand up at 4:30 a.m. or whenever, like early in the morning, 6 a.m. is also great, or 7 a.m., you are not giving your body the control. You have the control and you create your day. Here is my morning routine. 4:30 I stand up. 4:32 I'm under the shower. And last 60 seconds I'm turning the shower on cold. Then get ready, get fresh, everything's done. And then do my sport for 30 minutes. Sit-ups, push-ups, everything. And then by 6 a.m. I'm already at work, way before school even starts. But this is the most important part. It's not about the 4:30 a.m. It's about the principle. You have to structure your morning so that before the world wakes up, you have already... Most people wake up, check their phone, go on social media, start doom scrolling. And by the point that happened, they have lost for the whole day. But that won't happen to you, not anymore. Your morning is owned by you from now on. No distractions. Only you getting ready, working out, and then when you're done with all of that, you're going to start working. So create your morning routine with these simple steps. First, when are you going to wake up? Is it going to be early or even uncomfortable early? Second, what are your non-negotiables? Things like meditation, training, or whatever is important to you. And then we have third, no option. And then you're going to do it every damn day. 2024 and 2025, the winter was my first lock-in phase. This now is my second, and it's being great. Why? Because it works. 2025 was my learning phase, but 2026 is going to be the phase where I'm going to make uncomfortable much money. And it starts every morning at 4:30 a.m.
Rule 3. The money reality. Because without money, your transition dies. Let me be brutally honest with you. All that meditation, motivation and discipline you have in these 90 days won't bring you to anything if you don't have a goal. And that goal should be money. I know it sounds harsh, but that's the reality. That's the truth. See, look, I'm seeing my dad waking up early in the morning and he's coming home late in the evening. I see he's stressed. And let me tell you something, I don't want to live the life he's living. I don't want to work 30, 40 years and after that still don't be knowing how to pay my rent. My parents are divorced. Financially, we're not doing bad, but I'm still seeing my parents work
so much in their job and they stress out all the time. And I came to a decision. I will make myself unbelievable much wealth. Not just money, not just comfortable, but real wealth. Like I'm talking about family crest. I want this name to say something. Talking about tradition. But coming to that, I had to learn something. There is no fast money. You remember my friend Alex? He told me about Solana and the fast money, and I was captured by it. He catch me with it and I knew I want to make this fast money. He told me about the 4x. Actually, he told me about 10x, 20x. And I invested and then I lost. I won, I lost, I won, I lost, I won, I lost, I won. I won, and then there was a time when I lost $3,000. And there was a time when I had nothing. It was over for me. And I sat there thinking, what have I just done? But there was crucial things that I learned with losing so much money. First, there is no fast money, period. And everyone trying to say that there is fast money is either lying or trying to sell you something. Second, money doesn't care about how it's made, ethical or not ethical, illegal or legal. It doesn't care. It pays the people who understand the system. And I understood that in the summer of 2025. Here is my money strategy for the next 90 days. Focus on income producing activities every day. No maybe projects. No, this might work projects. I'm talking about focus on things that really make money. For me, it was SkyCommerce. I'm working every day on SkyCommerce, building new lessons, filming videos for myself, for my YouTube channel, for TikTok. But how much money I made is something that I won't tell you. But I can tell you this works. And this is how you are going to plan your next 90 days. You're going to focus on income producing activities. Not 5 things or 10 things. Not things that might work. Or maybe this works. No, I'm talking about one thing and you're going to concentrate on that one thing for the next 90 days. And I don't want to hear any excuses or any of that, yes, I'm going to try it. You're going all in. You know, I'm seeing myself at like my first 100,000 in the next year. But I'm seeing myself in 3 years, I'm seeing myself in a Lamborghini. I'm talking about like a STO, and they're exactly like this car. And in 5 years, I'm seeing myself on top of buildings, you know? And that is my plan. That is not an illusion. That is not a fantasy. That's my plan. I have it in my head. And I'm not letting go of it until I have what I want. Rule 4, the education system. Close the knowledge gap. Most people think people that make much money are talented, that they had luck. But that's bullshit. People that make more money than you aren't different. They just have more knowledge. And that's it. Nothing else. Nothing more. They learned something that you haven't learned. If you think I'm a genie, no, that's not real. I don't have 150. I'm not a wonder child. But I know more than most people. And that is what separates me from other teenagers. Earning differences are learning differences. Understand that. Implement that into your life. The money you earn is proportional to what you know. Alright, in this 90 days, you're going to focus on closing this knowledge gap. I learned business, no theory, but practical, psychology, how people think, how I can sell to everyone, and about money, how everything works, how money flows, what you have to learn. Identify one specific thing, and then you are going to learn that one thing in the next 90 days. It can be anything, from psychology to business to maybe even sports. Find one thing and then get everything that you can get. Books, YouTube videos, films, everything. And I'm not saying passive. Yes, I'm going to watch a few YouTube videos. No, I'm talking about active. You're going to write notices. Look, I have my book right here. I write my notices all the time in here. And with that, I'm learning faster than most people. And now let's talk about something. School versus real education. Here's something controversial. School is not the problem. School is just irrelevant for that what I want to achieve. I'm going to school. I'm good. I'm doing my homework. I'm learning a bit for it. But that is not where I grow. My real education is when I'm coming home, when I'm away from school and I can focus on my business. I'm learning new things every day from failing and by then correcting it. So for the next 90 days, focus on one thing and get the best at it. Rule number 5. Your body is your first business. Here's something that I learned very, very early in my career. Your body is the most important thing. If you have a great body, your mental health is going to be great also. You can talk about your plans, your goals or visions, and then no one will believe you. Because if your body doesn't match your mental, people won't believe you. Maybe you think it's not fair, but that's the reality. Your body is your first business. I'm doing sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, hip raises, everything to get my body to where it is right now. And that's a challenge that I'm putting myself into. And that's my physical commitment. I haven't run a marathon yet, so I'm going to run one. And I'm going to run a marathon from now on, like 1 year. Now, in 1 year, I'm going to run a marathon. Done. Why? Because I just said so. Because I have goals. And if I set goals, I'm going to work towards my goals. And what is your physical challenge? You need a real target right in front of you. Not, I will get a good body. That's not precise enough. A box match. Something that is right in front of you. And then you're going to train for it every day. And that's non-negotiable. And on the days where you don't have any motivation, and they will be there, you are going to get into yourself, going to think, why am I doing this again? And then you will remember you have this challenge with yourself. And if you lose now, and you can match yourself with me, do you know what I had to give up for my success? Friends? Definitely. People with which I hung out before all of my login? Definitely. Parties? For sure. Things people say is fun? Yes. But here's the thing. I have not gave up. I traded. Rule 6. Your crew. The 1% of your friends that is going to stay. And that are going to be the people that support you. Your parents. Maybe some of your best friends. And that is also my crew. And your crew must fulfill 3 things. First, align with your mission. They know about what you're doing and they support you. Second, accountability. They understand you. They are asking you, have you worked out today? Have you worked today? Third, expertise. They know things that you don't know and they help you on your way. And everyone else that is not helping you, they are out for 90 days. Most of my classmates are out. At first, they laughed. Said, look what you're doing. Now they are not talking anymore because they see what works. But they are not part of my crew. They don't understand my mission. It's brutal, but it's also a non-negotiable. And rule 7, the promise. That's probably the most important rule. You're going to make a promise to someone that is very important to you. For an example, for me, it was my parents. At first, even them laughed. But I told them, I am going to make it. I'm going to make you stop work because I have the wealth and I will give you wealth. They still laughed, but that is exactly why I'm going to show them. I made them not just a promise, but I also want to show them that I can do it. And that is what you should also do. Make a promise to a friend of yours, not just any friend, one of the top 1% friend, to a family member, to someone that is important to you. All right, that was your 7 rules. If you follow them, you are going to make money and you're going to get in shape and whatever you want. But you have to be motivated, disciplined, and you're not going to be a bit different or a bit motivated. No, you're going to be a completely other person and you have to accept it. I know because I lived through it. Winter 2024-2025, I made this 90-day immersion phase. And look at me. And now it's winter 2025-2026 and I'm doing it again. Because I want to achieve things that others don't achieve. And also because I know that this works. Why would you even listen to me? And because I'm very individual. And here's your action plan. Now, today, now, right now, get yourself a pen and write these things down. Your 3 to 6 your vices that you're going to cut, the people that you're going to call your crew for the next 90 days, your physical challenge, and your promise. And then you have it. No discussion, no excuses. You are going to be vanished. 90 days, complete. And when you're going to come back, you're going to be a completely other person. No one will recognize you. Not even your friends, not your family, not anyone, not yourself. And that is your chance. Next 90 days. First 3 months of 2026. Everyone else is going to make New Year's promises. I'm going to work out and that and that. But you are the person that is really going to make it this year. I'm watching you from the outside, and now go, vanish, and come back. Unrecognizable. Goodbye.